Hey babes, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today we are going to be doing another polygel set. Now, it's been a little minute since I've done some polygel nails on myself, but I was real confident last time, so I feel like these were going to come out much better. After pushing my cuticles back, I did use my buffer to remove the shine off of all of my nails instead of using my e-file. Fast forward, I did already put my nail tips on, and here I'm just cutting them to the length I would like. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I really didn't shape these nails too much because I was just real excited and I just wanted to get straight into doing the polygel. But I am using my 100 grit file to lightly blend the nail tip in with my natural nail, and then afterwards I'm gonna jump right into using my polygel. In today's video, I'll be using some polygel from MAKARTT, and this is actually the first color that I used when I first tried polygel, and they came out horrible. I definitely got much better at using the polygel, so I was so happy about how these came out. So right here, I'm just spreading the polygel across the natural nail as well as the nail tip. I'm just completely covering the nail. I'm not really too concerned on if it's bumpy or not because later I'm going to make sure this is nice and smooth. I do feel like with the polygel, you kind of have to be a little patient. So I was really just taking my time to spread the polygel, and then I started to lightly start to smooth everything out. So just very lightly, I'm going across the nail to get all of the little bumps out. Now y'all, this first nail was a little thinner than the other ones, but like I said, it's been a little minute since I had touched the polygel, so I really wasn't expecting anything to be too perfect on this first finger, but for the rest of them, I was not playing. Anyway, y'all, I have stuff to talk about today. This actually happened a while ago, and I don't know why I didn't tell you guys this. So around Halloween, one of my clients had invited me to like a Halloween party. Now, when she invited me to this Halloween party, I did not think to ask her, oh, hey, how old are you? Like, that's not, you know, really a question that I ask my clients. So I'm just assuming that she's around my age, like if not slightly older. So, and I don't think she was that much older than me. So one of my friends actually got to the party before me, so I walked in after her. So my client came up to me, she's like, oh yeah, your friends are here. I know they're your friends because they graduated the same year as you. So when she said that, I'm kind of like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I was honestly confused. So when me and my friends would get to the back, my friend's like, do you know how old they are? I'm like, no. She's like, they asked us what year we graduated, and when we told them 2020, they was telling us like 2011, 2010. I'm like, oh, okay. So she was just talking about how I was awkward for a little second, but then, you know, everybody just was acting like everything was normal because it really wasn't that serious. But it was just funny to me because I feel like every time I'm the person to pick the event, something always goes left. Like every time I'm in charge of picking the party or something like that, there's always an issue. So this time we're like, okay, well, we're real young compared to them, so please don't act like y'all, like, please. We had a good time though. I could tell when we got there that everybody was kind of older, just based off of like the costumes and based off of how the guys like looked. Like everybody looked like they're well established. Like, so when I got in there, I'm looking around like, I wonder how old are they? So it was just a coincidence that like later on during the party, my friend's like, yeah. It was kind of awkward when we said 2020, but you know, it was all cool. We still had fun. Anyway, y'all, that first finger had came out real smooth when I was finished with it. I knew I was gonna have to file that one just a little more on the side because, like I said, it was the first nail and I really wasn't expecting the first one to be too perfect. Here I'm doing the same thing as before with the polygel, just making sure that it is fully across the nail and the nail tip before I start to make sure that everything is smooth. I'm also letting each individual nail cure for about 30 to 60 seconds before moving on to the next nail. This way the polygel is already cured and I do not have to worry about it moving. I did also use the spatula on my brush to remove the rest of the polygel. Now, if you see my earlier polygel videos, I was wasting so much polygel. So that's why I was so happy about how these came out, because there isn't a bunch of polygel on my paper towel. Fast forward all of the polygels on my fingers, and here I'm just sealing the cuticle area using my fine sanding band. I was going to use my 5-in-1 bit, but I kind of felt like that was going to be too much for the polygel nails. It's probably not, but I just felt much safer using my sanding band to do this. After I shaped the side walls, and I did remove the rest of the tacky layer with my 80 grit file. Y'all remember, I did not shape these nail tips at all before the application, so this is just how good the shape looks. After buffering my nails, I am going to use my Zule bling glue to add these cute 3D flowers. I did get this little packet of them off of Amazon, so I'm going to link that down below. Now, I wasn't too sure how the design was going to look, so I did only do one finger first. So here I'm just applying my gel polish, and I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds. I did get this brush off of Amazon, and I'm using MAKARTT's liner gel. The liner gel came in a packet of about 6, and I did just pour some out on my little paint palette because those brushes were too big for what I wanted to do. Y'all, I was not breathing when I was doing this design. So I just first started off with a very thin French tip line. And then afterwards, I am going to make this thicker, and I'm also going to add some abstract lines to the bottom. Starting from the smile line, I'm going to create a few abstract lines, and y'all, was not breathing as I was doing these, and I wish I would have added just a little more lines. Like, I had a few on there, but I feel like I could have squeezed some more in there. Using my Zule bling glue, I did go ahead and added some more stones onto the nail as well as some more flowers. So here I'm just going to be doing the same thing by first creating my smile line, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my abstract lines. So I know you guys see that I only have one nail on, which is on my thumb, and I was trying to take them press-ons off, but sometimes after you buff and file your nails and you glue them press-ons on, they don't be trying to come off. So I just ended up cutting this one before my client. I would also like to know down below, how much would you guys charge for this set, but if it was acrylic, not if it was polygel, because I'm considering putting these on my website, but I'm not really too sure what I want to price it for yet. After finishing my pinky, I went ahead and top coated these nails. I did not touch my thumb just because I was so excited about taking these photos, because I really did love how these came out. So right here, I'm just adding a few more touches onto the nails, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this look. And if you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.